Can you get any better than bourbon and sports cards? So we're going to try something just a little bit different tonight. I'm going to do a dual screen thing here. Hopefully this works out. Try and make this a fairly short video as well, but I'm going to try doing a little bourbon and sports cards at the same time. Drink a little bourbon. I've got a huge bourbon collection. This could be something I could share with you guys in future videos, or maybe we'll just do a new bourbon every week. Who knows? So, because I'm a big bourbon guy, this is a beautiful, the 12-year wheated Weller. Weller around here is pretty tough to get. It's a special reserve's not as tough to get. That's the green labeled one for anybody who's into bourbon or sees it. In Colorado, trying to find bourbon is pretty difficult. So I actually got this, the 12-year from a bar down the road. Won a raffle. So we're going to talk about sports cards, though. I've got 10 total cards that have come in the mail, all vintage. We're going to drink a little bourbon while we do this. If you're not familiar with the glass, that is a Glencairn glass. It's perfect for drinking bourbon. I like my bourbon neat most of the time. I'll do it on the rocks every so often. I like a good old-fashioned as well. But I want to show you guys just some really cool cards. These are the things that I've picked up over the last couple of golden auctions. I had 2 auctions kind of come in. And so we're going to drink a little bourbon, and we're going to talk about some sports cards. First card. This is a card I've shared with you guys on the channel before. I have one for my PC. I picked this card up because I know the prices, because I recently picked up my PC card, which is an SGC 6. This is a PSA 5, 1973 Topps, Bob McAdoo rookie card. McAdoo is part of the 75th anniversary team. You guys, if you're watching my channel, I collect that set, or that rookie card set, or registry. I'm trying to put it together. And so I picked this up because I got it for a good price. And I think that I can flip this. So this will probably make its way over to eBay if anybody's interested, or just hit me up directly. If you're going to the National and you want me to bring it to the National, if you're interested in picking it up, let me know. I have no problem sharing my price. And if we can come to terms on a fair price, let me know. But that's a flip card. That's probably half the cards I'm going to share with you guys tonight are flip cards. The second card, another flip card. 1974 Topps Roger Staubach, PSA 5. I love the 1974 set. I've shared that on the channel before as well. I love the goalpost look. I just think it's really cool. The Staubach, I mean, in Cowboys, Cowboys sell. Everybody knows that. So I have this card raw. I don't have a Staubach collection, but I've got all of his cards throughout the 1970s. As a matter of fact, I think I have them all because he doesn't have a ton of cards. But I've got this raw. I've got a beautiful copy of it raw. This is just going to be a true flip card. That's going to make its way over to eBay. Again, if somebody's interested in it, let me know. I guess I'm doing a run of flip cards before I show you my PC cards that I picked up. 77 Staubach, PSA 5 on this as well. Cool card. 77s are pretty cool. By the way, if you're a bourbon fan and you've never had the Black Label Weller, the 12-year-old Weller, it's a little hot. If you know what that means, if you're a whiskey fan, this can be a little bit hot. I'm not sure what is the proof, 90 proof, so it's not terrible. I guess it's sub 100. Anyway, the Cowboys are, to me, fairly easy flips, whether it's comc, eBay, I'm assuming that they're going to be as easy to flip. I would have kept all of these flip cards in the PSA vault if I had a way to segregate the shipments, but unfortunately I don't. So, they're going to end up going to eBay. If they don't sell quickly on eBay, then I will probably end up sending them up to comc before the football season finishes. So probably towards the second half of the year, or not the second half, but as we get into the heart of football season, I'll look to probably send those to comc, assuming that they don't move on eBay. 1977, Nolan Ryan. I've shared this card, not literally this card, but I've shared this card on the channel before. I picked up at Golden Auctions a PSA 5 recently. Both that PSA 5 and this PSA 6, again, are going to be flip cards. Cool card. I like the 77. It's just a good photo of him in the Angels uniform. Nolan Ryan's just an easy sell. I think we all know that. He's got a pretty wide collector base, and so Nolan Ryan's sell fairly easy. This should be something I can flip and still make 10-20%. All right, talk about a card that I'm going to be adding to the PC finally. This 1978, by the way, that is my birth year. I was born in 1978, right 3 days before Christmas. Tom Seaver is a guy that I haven't necessarily PC'd in the past, but if you watched any of my prior videos, you've noticed in a couple of my most recent mail day videos, I've picked up maybe 4 or 5 other 70s Seavers in kind of mid-grade PSA slabs. So I'm actually going to convert that to a decades run. I'm going to go from his rookie card through 79. And so, yeah, I'll be looking to share that as this collection continues to progress. The 78 I was missing. So I think I now have 70, maybe 73, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now 8, I believe. I might be missing the 73, I forget. So another PC card. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. It's helling in Denver, Colorado right now. 78, Pistol Pete Maravich. Again, 78 birth year, so love that. Pistol Pete plays for the Jazz, or played for the Jazz for a number of years. His number's retired with the Jazz. I'm a huge Jazz fan. Big PC of John Stockton. I've got a fairly large Karl Malone collection as well. I'm trying to do the 70s decades run, all slabbed up for Pistol Pete. I have them all raw as well, except for the rookie card. I don't have a raw version, nor do I have a graded version. So I was missing this one slabbed up. I think I paid maybe $10 for this, maybe $10 to $12 for this. So pretty easy buy from my perspective. PSA 6, not the best grade, not the worst grade, one-off collector grade, but excited to add this one to the PC. So this will go into my my slab box here in just a moment. All right, next card is going to be another flip card, possibly. I'll share why I say possibly. 1975, Dan Fouts, Topps rookie card. PSA 5. I have this card in a PSA 6. I've had this card for some time. I do collect. One of my 3 largest collections that I'm actively working on are my post-war Hall of Fame baseball rookie card collection, my Hall of Fame quarterback rookie card collection, and my 75th anniversary NBA team rookie card collection. I have this card in that quarterback rookie card collection already. However, I have it in a PSA 6, and I think it's OC. I need to actually dig it out of the box. I think it's going to be an improvement. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the 2 cards, determine which one I want to put in the PC long term. And I might end up downgrading, which I'm okay with. I have no problem. If I prefer a card versus a higher grade, I have no problem keeping a card like this in my PC versus a higher grade that I think just doesn't look as good. So it's kind of who I am and how I like to collect. All right, we're pushing about 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and get through these next 3 cards. Super excited to share this one with you guys. Love this card. 1968, Roberto Clemente. It says Bob Clemente on it. I think most of you guys know that this is Roberto Clemente. 68 set I have shared with you guys in the past is a set I'm trying to get all the Hall of Fame cards in. It's also a set that I hated as a kid. I love it today. I just think it's a classic 1960 set. I'm working on the 1960 and the 1968 currently. I'm starting to add some 1971s, as I mentioned. Or no, I haven't mentioned, which I will be mentioning here in a moment. But I picked up the Mickey Mantle. That was in my last Mail Day video. I had this card on the way, so I'm excited to share this. Gets me one step closer to having kind of the big guys, the big names for the set. So pretty clean card considering it's a PSA 3. Reason why it's PSA 3 is there's some black. I'm not sure if that's mold or ink, but if you can see right up there on that where the E for Clemente is, you know, either some mold, some ink. I'm not sure what that is, but overall this card I think presents pretty well for a PSA 3. There's no creases, no indentations, no major surface issues outside of that black surface issue, which I'm not sure exactly what it is, and the card's slabbed up, so pretty much impossible to tell at this point without having the card in a raw status. So quarters aren't perfect, but again, presents really well. Pretty happy to add this one. Yeah, I think I'm missing the maze. I know that Nolan Ryan's rookie card is still a bucket list card. Maybe something I'm looking to target at the National, assuming I could find a good copy for the right price. Only would want to be into $1,000 or less. So that means I'd probably be looking for a 4 at that price point with today's prices. So, but it's a card I think that doesn't have as much room to fall as a lot of other cards. So I will be sharing a target list of what I'm going to be looking for at the National with you guys in a future video. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, that'll come out in the next couple of weeks. I will also be sharing a video of the cards that I'm going to take and potentially use as trade bait. After all, it is a card show. I'm sure that there's going to be some dealers looking to do cash trade sort of deals. So maybe not on a card like a Nolan Ryan rookie card, but you never know. It's the National after all. I'm assuming that you're going to see anything and everything. Talk about that Weller for a moment. Again, a little hot for a 90 proof. A lot of caramel. Really like it. Don't drink this a ton. CYPB, Create Your Perfect Bourbon, I think is what it stands for. Craft Your Perfect Bourbon. Super rare around these parts, but that's my favorite Weller. This one's a little hotter. This one in the blue label, which is the full proof, I think. Probably my least favorite of the Weller runs. All right, 2 more cards. Sitting about 13 minutes, so, or roughly 13 minutes. Let's go to this. Really excited to share this one with you guys. 1961 Billy Williams rookie card. This fits into my post-war Hall of Fame rookie card collection. Not necessarily a card that I've been targeting for a long period of time, but easy card to go ahead and just kind of jump into just because prices are fairly good. Now, I'm going to actually pull this one into the camera a little bit better, give you guys a better idea of corners. Surface is clean. Back is good. For a PSA 4, this presents really well, and so I'm really excited about that. So don't need every card to be collector grade. If you can find great cards at PSA 4s and 5s, if the collector grade is a PSA 6, yeah, to me they're no-brainers. Buy the card, not the grade. It's cliche, I gotcha. But really excited to add this one. It's one of the last low dollar 60s cards that I can buy. So I think I'm at a point where everything that I'd be buying is going to be over $100. There may be like the Fergie Jenkins I still need. That's probably around $100 in the condition I want it in. And then the Phil Necro might be under $100 for the grades that I'm looking for. Anyway, last card, 1971 Topps Rod Carew. Love this card, and not just this card now. I do love this card. Rod Carew, great photo, great pose. Love the black borders with the Twins uniform. But the 1971s, I think, are a set, I think are a set that I'm going to be going after kind of in conjunction with the 1968s and the 1960s that I'm trying to put together. This will be a set that I'm going to go ahead and start pulling as many of the Hall of Famers in these sort of grades. This is a PSA 5. So that PSA 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7s, just depending upon prices. But I really like the way how these cards kind of present themselves in slabs. And I actually like this card in PSA slabs versus the Tux. It's just a personal opinion. Normally, a lot of the vintage I prefer in the SGC slabs. This one, I just think it looks really, really good in a PSA slab, and it's possibly the color of the twins with the PSA. So that might be what's kind of getting it for me. But additionally, I've been picking up just a handful, not a ton, couple of Rod Carews. I know I picked up the 68 and the 69. The 71 is graded. I've got actually a number of them for sale on my comc store, but I am going to try and get that whole 60s and 70s decade run done of Rod Carew. He's probably a player that I underappreciated for his career, and as I've gotten older and maybe studied him a little bit more, because he was kind of finishing his career as I was getting into baseball card collecting and watching sports, probably just didn't value Rod Carew and what he brought to the overall spectrum of the game. So I'm absolutely on the opposite side of that today. I think he had a heck of a career. I like the story, and yeah, so I'm going to continue adding some Rod Carews. Again, probably go after that 60s and 70s decades runs. So that's it, guys. I didn't finish my bourbon here. Let me take another sip. I may try and do a few more of these, share some of the bourbon collection. When I say I have a bourbon collection, I think I've got about 50 different bourbons. Big fan of the Buffalo Trace lineups. Weller's part of that Buffalo Trace lineup, but I've had some of the greatest bourbons in the world. I own quite a few of them as well, so I may look to just kind of do more of these bourbon and card type videos. Share our two passions that I have, sports cards and bourbons. And so hopefully you haven't offended anybody, but I think we're generally all adults. My content's more targeted for adults than it is for kids. So hopefully there's nobody that's very offended by me drinking while I'm sharing a sports card collection. But it's two things I'd like to maybe start bringing together in some future videos. So let me know what you guys think as well before I wrap this up. In the last 28 days, I think we've gained like 85 subscribers. I know there's been a couple of videos that have done extremely well, and there's that whole YouTube algorithm thing that all the YouTubers talk about. And so as a video does well, you get a bunch of traction, and then YouTube kind of shares the channel a little bit broader. It brought in roughly 85 new subscribers, so I want to thank and welcome all of the new subscribers to this video. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're an OG and you've been around for a while, appreciate you guys just as much. But yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment and thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch me share sports cards. So these are the types of videos that I love to make. I love sharing my collection. I love watching people share their collections. And so generally when I'm watching other YouTubers, a number of you guys I know are YouTubers, the content I really like to watch on your guys' channel is when you guys get something or you're sharing parts of your collection. I just love to watch that sort of collection recap type videos or mail day type videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. As always, chat with you guys in the next one.